What's good, everybody? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with another video. Sorry if I haven't been doing videos in a while. You know, it's kind of hard to keep up with some of the off-season stuff. But today's February 2nd, 2019, and 5 years ago on this day was the greatest night of my life because my Seahawks won Super Bowl 48 by a score of 43-8 over the Denver Broncos. Of course, Norb Cam was there. My old boss was there. And also my buddy Anish Kumar was there. Now, when I watched it, I was up at a party with my dad, Bill Strader, hosted by my buddy Jeremy Bryant, who used to be the chef for the Mariners, having this big Seahawks party, who had season tickets with us in our end zone for a while. But yeah, I just remember celebrating. I mean, we were just going crazy that entire night. I mean, first the safety happens, then we get 2 field goals, and then Cam gets the interception, and then we get the first Marshawn Lynch touchdown. Then Malcolm pick six. As you know, I was interviewing Cliff Averill about back at Trufon's Bowlen event. But yeah, so, and then after that, of course, the second half. The play to me that ended Super Bowl 48, that iced the game, was Percy Harvin's kickoff return for the touchdown. I will never forget that. And then after that, watching the trophy presentation, celebrating with my dad and all my friends, and then going up to that big street celebration in the city of Seattle. So, yep. Happy 5th year anniversary of the Seahawks Super Bowl 48 team. I'll never forget that. But now, finally, today, I was talking about earlier, but my video got cut off, so this is basically a retry of what I was doing earlier. But now we officially have, hold on, let me get on my phone. We officially now have the newest members of the hold on, sorry, my Facebook's kind of fucking up, so, yep. Damn it. I'm trying to get the whole Pro Football Hall of Fame class. All right. Yep, meet the newest members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame through ESPN. So, now keep in mind, we have 3 new first ballot Hall of Famers. But first, I'm going to start out with the ones that weren't first ballot. First off, we got the Denver Broncos longtime owner, Pat Bowlen. You know, obviously three-time Super Bowl winner, but he's battling Alzheimer's. So we don't know if he'll be able to give a speech in Canton. I know he'll probably be there, but who knows who will give a speech, or if he'll have like a video thing like the last year with one of the Hall of Fame members from the Washington Redskins, one of their general managers. And then like when Mick Tinglehoff got in the Vikings grade, he had Fran Tarkenton talk for him really quickly. So Pat Bowlen, the longtime Denver Broncos great owner, is finally elected in the Hall of Fame. So 1984 present owner. Why he was elected? Bowlen is the only owner in the Super Bowl era to have 4 different head coaches take his team to the Super Bowl. And during his tenure, the Broncos have had the same number of losing seasons as Super Bowl appearances. Signature moment when the Broncos finally broke through with a win over the Green Bay Packers, which was the one where Pat Bowlen said, "This one's for John." And that's not me reading it. Yep, but he said, "This one's for John," meaning Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway, which I bet you probably John Elway might present Pat Bowlen, or maybe might be his wife. Who knows? All right, up next, we got the longtime Dallas Cowboy Vice President of Player Personnel, Gil Brandt, from the Dallas Cowboys from 1960 to 1989. Why he was elected: the Cowboys with Brandt, Tom Landry, and Tex Schramm are generally credited, in addition to the success on the field, with bringing scouting and evaluation of players into the computer age. The Cowboys also mined smaller schools for talent, such as Hall of Famer Bob Hayes, as well as scouting players in other sports, given they were regulars at the NCAA track and field meet. They also were scouting in Europe and Canada, too. So that's Gil Brandt for you. Contributors. And then also for another senior, we got Johnny Robinson, one of the great safeties, Dallas Texans and Kansas City Chiefs so he was on that organization when they moved from Dallas to Kansas City, when Lamar Hunt took him to Kansas City. And Robinson was a 7-time Pro Bowl selection, as well as a 6-time first-team All-Pro selection as a defensive player. He started his career on offense, rushing for 458 yards as a rookie, and had 2 600-yard receiving seasons in the earliest days of the AFL. And why he was elected: he led the AFL in interceptions with 10 in 1966, and had led the NFL in interceptions with 10 in 1970. the year of the NFL-AFL merger. At age 32, he played his first 2 seasons on offense. He's still retired with 57 interceptions. Only 3 players had more when his career ended in 1971. And he was a part of that Super Bowl IV victory with Hank Stram when the Chiefs beat the Vikings. All right, up next we got center Kevin Mawae, who played with the Seattle Seahawks from '94 to '97, New York Jets from 1998 to 2005, and the Tennessee Titans from 2006 to 2009. And Kevin Mawae is a Hall of Fame center, 3-time finalist for the Hall of Fame, played 16 seasons, and was a non-nonsense leader on 3 of those teams who helped lift the offense he played in each time. In 8 of his 16 seasons, the offenses he played and finished in the league's top 5 in rushing. So he was able to open up holes for all those running backs that he was blocking for. Yep, Kevin Mawae finally enters the Hall. And up next, we got the great New England Patriot quarterback Ty Law, who played from the Patriots from 1995 to 2004. So he was part of the first 3 Patriots Super Bowls, and I think he had a penalty made for him from all the hard hits that he delivered for like hitting the defenseless receiver, or I don't quite remember, but I've seen it all over Facebook. Why he was elected, those who played with him talk of his excellence over his career, but the fact he was often such a prominent figure in playoff games and one-and-done situations lift him above so many others. Signature moment, sure is the pick 6 interception against Kurt Warner in Super Bowl 36, but a day that may stand above all others in his career is the 2003 AFC Championship game when Law intercepted Manning 3 times in a Patriot win. All right. And now we finally get 3 first ballot Hall of Famers. First, we're going to start out with the longtime Baltimore Ravens great safety and definitely well-deserved Ed Reed. Won Super Bowl 47 with the Ravens, played with them from 2002 to 2012, and 1 year with the Jets and Texans in 2013 because he got cut from the Jets and was with the Texans. 9-time Pro Bowl selection, led the league in interceptions 3 times, and finished as the all-time leader in interceptions return yardage with 1,590 return yardage. Reed scored 13 non-offensive touchdowns in his career, including 7 interception returns and 2 fumble returns. He earned a Super Bowl ring in his final year with the Ravens. And he had 7 seasons that's why I was saying why he was elected too. Like 7 seasons he had more than 100 yards worth of interception returns, 4 with more than 150 yards, 2 seasons with more than 200. Toss in those 13 touchdowns, a pile of big plays, and the biggest moments to go with 5 first-team All-Pro selections, and you end up with a bust in Canton. All right, up next for first ballot, we got the Denver Broncos great cornerback, and I know he started with the Redskins, but Champ Bailey finally enters the Hall of Fame. Bailey was a 12-time Pro Bowl selection, 3-time first-team All-Pro, and All-Decade pick for the 2000s. Finished his career with 52 interceptions. Why he was elected, Bailey was among the best to play in the position, both in his era and of all time. Smooth, unassuming, and supremely confident, Bailey usually let his play do his talking, and the only nickname Roland Bailey had for much of his career is the one his mom gave him, Champ. And Champ Bailey only made it to 1 Super Bowl, which happened to be played 5 years ago today when my Seattle Seahawks beat Denver 43-8. Don't take it personal, Broncos fans, but it is the anniversary of the greatest night of my life when we won that Super Bowl. But hey, you got 2 people going in the Hall of Fame, so that's definitely worth talking about for years, especially if you got Champ Bailey and Pat Bowlen going in. And last but not least, this guy definitely deserved it, but he recently had his touchdown record broken by Antonio Gates, and has the second most touchdowns ever by a tight end. He led it at first until Antonio Gates broke his record in 2017. I'm talking about the great Kansas City Chiefs tight end from 1997 to 2008, and then played his final years with the Atlanta Falcons, and finally getting in on his first year eligible, Tony Gonzalez. Definitely, you could not deny Tony Gonzalez from getting in on his first year eligible. Gonzalez was a finalist his first year of eligibility. He was a 14-time Pro Bowl selection, led the league in receptions with 102 in 2004 and finished among the league's top 10 in receptions 5 times. He is number 2 in career receptions with 1,325. And why he was elected, Gonzalez was the first tight end to be enshrined in his first year of eligibility. Ditka waited until his 12th year of eligibility, and he had been selected to the league's 75th anniversary team. And John Mackey was in his 15th year of eligibility. Only Jerry Rice caught more passes than Gonzalez, whose 15,127 career receiving yards make him the only tight end in the league's top 20 in that category. Signature moment. Gonzalez has said his one-handed touchdown catch against the Eagles in 2011 may have been his best play. Overall, his 102 catch, 1,258 yards, 7 touchdown season in 2004. He was the first tight end to reach the 100 catch mark in a season. Is hard to ignore. So there you have it. That is your 2019 Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I know it's hard to be caught up. I mean, I'll give you my thoughts on what happened with the Super Bowl, maybe, depending on if I decide to do a video for that, but I won't be going live for that. But next week, the week after the Super Bowl, is the start of the AAF League, the Alliance League, so I might have Dallas over and react to some of those games just to see how it goes, which this league was started out by a couple of ex-NFL execs. But thank you for tuning in, like and subscribe, and remember, if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous, and as always, go Seahawks.